morning. How's it going? Let's see if we get this working really quick. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So I'm not a lawyer, though I've played one on the internet. So this is the best legal disclaimer I can come up with. Awesome. So that's my legal disclaimer. Because during this talk, I'm going to talk about some really bad things that I can do. And like really mean things. I mean, people pay me to, and trust me, it's like I am a good guy. It's like I will not try to steal from you, kill you, or ruin you financially unless you pay me first. There's always a contract. So always when I'm talking about these bad things, remember the kittens. I'm adorable, okay? It's like I am one of the good guys. I am just, if you hire me, the worst possible thing that can happen to you at the worst possible time. But other than that, I'm fine. So, let's get straight into the talk. It's called Strategies on Securing Your Banks and Enterprises from someone who robs banks and enterprises for a living. The thing I like about this, and this is sort of what the whole talk is about, is what we do with security and what we're trying to deal with versus what we really need to work on. It's like we're all worried about all these 0 days and all these like high-level attacks when we're still, trying to go after the small stuff. This is the Super Bowl. It was a Tier 1 national security event, 5,000 police officers. The Vice President of the United States was attending this conference with his Secret Service detail, a very secured, high level, because they were worried about, ISIS and Al-Qaeda and homegrown terrorists and bombings and all these things that were coming after them. So they had to lock this place down. They had to worry about all these advanced, persistent threats that were going to come after them, right? 3 teenagers with a ladder walked in through a hole in the fence. They stole the ladder once they got inside and used the ladder as they carried it to go in. And by the way, they put it all on YouTube. That's security. You're worried about all this, but that hole in the fence, maybe let's fix it, right? So, bio, it's like this is the least important slide in the talk. It's like, because I want to keep going. Just know that I am a red team guy and a blue team guy. So I'm more of a purple team kind of person. And the rest of the stuff you can find out later. This is one of the key things that I like talking about because we suck at risk management as humans. In the United States in 2015, what were we worried about? The Ebolas. The Ebolas was coming after us. It was a very horrible thing that happened here. And it was an actual real live risk and threat here. It's like on this continent, but in the North American continent, not so much. But that didn't stop the Americans from freaking out, right? It's like, oh my gosh, we got to worry about the Ebolas. 2 people died from Ebola in the United States in 2015. 55,000 people died from the flu. 55,000 people died from not getting flu shots or taking medicine when they had a cold. But oh my gosh, the Ebola. We suck at risk management. Same thing on our online world. Everybody's worried about 0 days, and the Grug said it best, you're going to be fished long before you are going to be hit with the CIO day. That's sort of not true anymore now, is it? But it's like, it was when I made the slides. And also, what's the biggest threat though, really? SQL injection. SQL injection. SQL injection, please understand, this is one of my personal rants. SQL injection is not a security vulnerability. Stop saying it's a security vulnerability. It's crappy coding. Okay? You don't have a security vulnerability. You have a developer who should feel bad about what they do. Okay? Period. So stop doing the whole SQL injection as a security vulnerability. So who are your people that are coming after you? Well, we all want to think that it's a nation state coming after us, right? They've got the really cool tools. We know that now. They got the really cool high-tech tools that can come after you. But is a nation state really coming after you? Not really. Unless you own a centrifuge or, do a lot of communication equipment or you're the Pope. Literally. Unless they went after the Pope. And I mean not the scary one with the red shoes, but the cool Pope, the guy who dresses up as a regular priest at night and feeds the homeless. He's like the Batman of popes. He's awesome. It's like they went after that guy for some reason. Okay? So it's like you're not really having to worry about that's not your attack vector. That's not your threat model right there. Is nation states usually coming after you. And if you do, you can rest assured that they use crappy passwords like everybody else. Seriously, 1, 2, 3, ABC, lowercase d. They did use upper and lowercase, so good job, government. Who's else coming after you? Anonymous, hacktivist, people that are coming after you to use their Loit cannons and DDoS your sites. Not so much either, really. It's like, and they're not really that effective because they're not really that organized online. It's like they are legion, but, not organized. Like literally, it's like, I like this one right here where it says, what does it say exactly? Could the hacker group Anonymous do any real damage to Donald Trump's campaign as it is threatened? And we know the answer, unfortunately, to that. Okay? So, not so much. So, who's your attack vector? Criminals that want to rob you for money because you have money they want to steal. That is most likely the person that is going to be coming after you. Start preparing and protecting yourself from criminals that are actually trying to steal your data. Unfortunately, now the criminals have nation-state technology, but they're still criminals. They're the ones that are coming after you. So let's go after that. Literally when I say it's like, don't be a target of cybercrime. It's effective. It's like people, criminals are using the tools that hackers create. They're not hackers, they've never have been, they're criminals. It's like they're using the tools that hackers create and develop to use them to commit crime because it's effective. Just like the gun is more effective than a bow and arrow, computers have become more effective than guns to commit high stakes crime. And so that's what they're using and that's what they're going to. Target has lost millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And the whole thing was not even Target's security systems that were at fault. At first, it was like lousy segmentation of the network. But besides that, they had a trust relationship with a third-party vendor who was phished. And then literally said, almost in the next sentence, that it was a sophisticated attack. You cannot say that you were a victim of a sophisticated attack and then one sentence over say it was a phish. Okay? Those don't go together. It's like you got phished, own up to it, and just go on. It's like, and make it better. So, and phishing is a big problem. Majority of workers blindly open email attachments. It's like the vast majority, 82% of users open email attachments if they appear to be from a known contact. That works for me. But then again, I'm playing the bad guy, right? It's like it shouldn't work for security companies. How are we going to do that? How are we going to start teaching our employees not to be so susceptible to that? It's like we have to do better.